Hey, this is Mark Williams from Swine Barbecue. Today I have a couple of beautiful filet mignons. I'm gonna show you how I do these on the pellet grill. I know a lot of you already have one and there's no need in you missing out on a great steak dinner just because you have a pellet grill, because they'll do just as good a job. We're gonna start out with some Tennessee Mojo beef. My good buddy Jay, he knocked this rub out of the park. And then we're gonna come back with a good coarse black pepper, just because pepper complements beef so well. We'll let these sit out for about an hour, come up to room temperature. That'll give us time to get the pellet grill fired up. And in the meantime, I'm gonna show you a really good onion sauce that'll go along with these fillets. Let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is trim these fillets up. These are straight from the butcher. You can tell they have a good bit of hard fat around the outside and some of this silver skin. I wanna take as much of that off as I can. Now all you're gonna do is just shave the outside edge and just expose as much meat as you can. Any of these big hard fats, just take it off. Now this edge here, you can tell it's got kind of not really the tenderloin part, but probably the outside of that chain still attached. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that all the way off. You can see it's got silver skin, it'll just about pull itself apart. Now save this meat, put it in a vacuum seal bag, put it in the freezer. Next time you cook burgers, it'll make an excellent burger and you're not wasting that beef. I'm gonna do the same thing to this one. So that's about all we're gonna take off. You can see you still left some fat on it. These were just choice grade fillets, but they have some awesome marbling coming through. We got these fillets trimmed. I placed them on this cooling rack because what I'm gonna do is take some of this Moors and brush on the outside just to give that rub something to stick to. You don't want these fillets just sitting in that marinade or anything like that, because you want airflow all the way around them to help get that crust built. So what I'm gonna do, just brush a little bit of this Moors. It's only gonna take a touch. I'm gonna get all the sides. This is just gonna add a little bit of saltiness. It's gonna help with the color and plus give the rub something to stick to. You can use vegetable oil, whatever you would like in this point. Once we get a good coating on all sides, we're gonna hit it with some black pepper. I'm gonna go pretty heavy. Like I say, we're gonna get it on every edge we can. That black pepper is gonna help add an excellent crust. Now that we've got a good coating of black pepper, I'm gonna come back with this Tennessee Mojo beef rub. We're gonna do a light to medium coat. And again, we're gonna get all the sides. So we got these seasoned. We're gonna let them sit on this cooling rack for about an hour. That'll give us time to get the pellet grill fired up, get this onion sauce made, and we'll be ready to cook. So today we're gonna be cooking on the Grilla Grill Silverback. We'll get it fired up. Like I say, I'll get it set. We're gonna run it as hot as we can. We want these grill grates to be 600, 650 degrees. So we'll set it to about 485. We'll give this time to get up a temp, and then we'll get these fillets on. So what we have here is 2 sweet onions. I took the stem in and cut it out and just kind of hollowed it out a little bit right there in the center. I'm gonna take a beef bouillon cube and push it down in that onion. I'll do the same thing to the other one. And once I get that pressed in here, just take you some room temperature butter and do the same thing. Put it on top of that beef bouillon. Then what I have is a little small Dutch oven. I'm gonna place both these onions in here. And you kind of want them to fit a little tight best you can. I'll take a handful of cloves of garlic, put around. We may stick one in the butter too, just for good measure. And I'll take a half a sprig of rosemary, sprinkle that around there as well. And then I'll just add a couple more pads of butter. And that's it. I got the oven set at 400 degrees. You can do this on the pellet grill. You can do it on whatever you'd like. We'll get the lid on it and we'll get it in the oven. All right, so these have been sitting out for about an hour. It's time to get them on the pit. I got the Silverback running about 480. I know these grates are well over 600 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and get them on. Put them right here at the front, give them a good press, and then we'll get the lid shut. We're gonna let these go about 2.5 minutes. That way we get them really good grill marks, a good crust. They'll be great in the end. We'll check on them later. It's been about 2 minutes. Let's give them a good twist. We'll try to go to a fresh spot on this grill. We'll go straight back, turn it 90 degrees. And just like last time, give them a good pat. And then we'll go another 2.5 minutes. So these onions have been rolling for about an hour. We're gonna look at them and see how they're looking. Be careful because it's probably gonna be a good bit of steam come out. You can see all the garlic's done got good and tender. These onions are really good and tender. I'm gonna say that's pretty good. I'm gonna leave them in the oven and just cut the oven off while we finish these steaks. Once the onions get good and tender, we get done with these steaks, we'll take a potato masher, if you have an emulsion blender or anything like that, we'll get them broke down and make kind of a thick sauce just to go with these fillets. It's been another 2 minutes, let's give them a flip. See what kind of grill marks we're working with. Oh yeah, they got great colors. We'll let them go 2 minutes, give them another twist, and they'll be wrapping up. So it's been another 2 minutes. Let's get this final twist in. Just like before, we're gonna go to a clean spot, give them a good press. We'll check the doneness here in about 2 minutes. They should be sitting at about 120, 125, be just right for that medium rare. So it's been the last 2 minutes. Let's see what our doneness looks like. So we're sitting right at about 123 in the thickest part, 122. I'm calling it. I know that little one's gonna be a little bit of head. We'll get them off. And then what I'm gonna do is put these pads of butter on top of them. That'll help slow that cook process down while they rest. We'll let these rest for about 10 minutes while we finish that onion sauce, and we'll be time to eat. So we got the steaks off. They're over here resting, got that pad of butter on top of them just to kind of help slow that cook process down. We'll give them a good 10-minute rest. That'll give us time to get this sauce made. So what I'm gonna do, open it up and see what we're working with. You can tell everything's still just super hot. That butter's browned, that garlic's good and tender. So what you can do here, you can take a couple forks, get it mashed up. You just want a thick, almost pureed sauce. If you have an emulsion blender, now's a great time to use it. Since I know a lot of people don't have an emulsion blender, I'm gonna use a potato masher just like y'all will. So let's see how it goes. So all we're gonna do is just get this mixed up, and you just kind of keep working it. You wanna get that garlic good and incorporated. Now some of that rosemary will still be in there, but that's okay. That's just added flavor. If you see any big sprigs that you think, may be an issue, just pull them out with a fork or whatever you need. I wish y'all could smell this. Them onions and that garlic, it smells great. And just keep getting it mixed. And it's mixing really well. It's doing really good. So you just kind of want to get it to a good thick consistency. And it may take you a few minutes to get it incorporated. I'm gonna call that good. It's a pretty good smooth consistency, as you can see with the fork. It's gonna go really good with these fillets, really bring out a different flavor that maybe you're not used to when you're eating a filet mignon. It's time. We got the sauce made. The fillets been resting for about 10 to 15 minutes. Just a quick recap of what we've done. We started off with 2 choice grade fillets. We cooked them on the pellet grill. They got a great crust. Of course, that Tennessee Mojo beef rub smells great, added great color to these ribeyes. Let's see what it's all about. So we got our sauce here, and I'm very pleased with how it turned out. First, I'm gonna try it just by itself, and we gotta see what the doneness looks like and everything on them. We'll crack it open, and that is a perfect medium rare if I've ever seen it. Packed full of moisture. We'll try a bite right out of the middle. Texture on a filet is always perfect. You can't beat it. I tell you, that Mojo beef rub is awesome on this filet. That pepper balances it out, has a really good saltiness up front from the Mojo beef, and that pepper really brings the heat at the end. So I'm gonna get another little piece cut here right out of the center. And of course, if you were serving this, we would take it and just drizzle it right over the top, or you can put it off the side however you liked it. It's up to you. But I'm just gonna take a little bit and put it right on the bite so we can get the full flavor of it. Those sweet onions add a great flavor, complements that beef so well, and you still get that good pepper back heat. Of course, we put a big dose of pepper on it, which is what I love. This onion sauce is great. It adds great flavor to any kind of protein you'd like to try to cook. It really complements these fillets well. It's a simple sauce to make, and of course it incorporates really well, and it's something different that most people are not used to. This is a great recipe if you're trying to do something different, especially if you have a pellet grill. Them grill grates made these steaks that much better. You can do this without them, but you can't beat them sear marks you get with the grill grates. That is a great crust, a great flavor. So that's a wrap for us today at Swine Life. We appreciate y'all checking this video out. If y'all got any questions, shoot us a message on Facebook and Instagram. And as always, like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see y'all next time.